Okay, so this is a bow Nightblade build I've been running lately. It's not the hardest hitting one I've ever ran before, but it's super fast and it's a lot of fun. And at the end of this video, I'll go over a few tips and whatnot. But first, let's get into the actual build. We'll go over the gear first. Okay, so I'm running 5 Swamp Raider. And for the poisons, I'm using hindering poisons. What these will do is they'll immobilize and then snare your target for 6 seconds. And on the back bar, I'm running Swamp Raider Maul Sharpened. And the only reason why I'm doing this is that way when I've got poison injection on somebody and I'm bar swapping, or your toxic barrage dot, you can bar swap and it'll still do considerably decent damage. And Swamp Raider, everything is medium and infused, or not infused, divines. I keep saying that. And then 5-piece Marksman. Now this just gives you some sustain, some weapon damage, and then some more damage toward your bow abilities against players by 8%. And it also reduces the cost of your stamina abilities by 5%. So this build's kind of like a gank slash little bit of sustain type build. And then I'm using 1 Village Wrath. It could be whatever, so kind of like a free slot. If you guys want more penetration, go Crags or whatever. And for the jewelry, I'm using Marksman and Swift with weapon damage. And then Ring of the Wild Hunt, Swift as well with weapon damage. So yeah, again, it's super fast, a lot of fun, and the damage is pretty decent. Alright, and I'll go over the character sheet. Alright, so I went with Wood Elf on this setup. You can use other races. I've done it on an Argonian. It's just not as fast. And you get a little bit more regen with the Wood Elf. And I'm using Tri-Stat Food and Lover Mundus just to have a little bit more penetration. Vampire Stage 2 and ESO Plus. Makes everything better by 10%. And then Major Savagery from Camo Hunter. Alright, I'll go into a little bit more detail here. Yeah, recovery is kind of crappy. I'll buff up. Ooh, straight force or weapon damage. That's good luck. Crit isn't that great, but once you hit something, it goes up a little bit more. But yep, that's the stats. Whatever, it is what it is. Next, we'll go over the champion abilities. Okay, so Blue Tree. This is easy. I went with Backstabber. Increase critical damage done by 15% when you're attacking from the flank, which a lot of times you are. Increase your critical damage by 10% with Fighting Finesse. Hell yeah. And then Deadly Aim, increase your damage done with single target attacks by 10%. And Master at Arms, increases your damage done with direct damage attacks by 10%. So it's going to work for your... I'm going to go over the Red Tree. First, Hasty, you want that maxed out. Increases your movement speed by 4%. Thrill of the Hunt. This is a lot of fun. Every time you kill a guy, you get Major Expedition for 6 seconds. And then Celerity, increase your movement speed by 10%. And then I went with Bastion, increase your effectiveness of damage shields and damage against shielded enemies by 15%. And then the rest is whatever, you know, it's still a work in progress. And let's see, the green, I went with, as for slottables anyway, Sustaining Shadows, Steed's Blessing, more movement speed, and then Rationer, just adds 30 minutes to your food buffs, and Gifted Rider. So that's the champion abilities. Okay, let me go over the skills. Okay, front bar we have Lethal Arrow. Because we're using Swamp Raider, we went with this morph. Poison Injection, or Execute. Camo Hunter for major savagery and just to increase your overall weapon damage with the Fighter's Guild abilities. Magnum Shot, it's our only crowd control device. You can put something else here, Mass Hysteria, whatever. It's a kind of a free slot, but I like to knock people on the ground. And then Relentless Focus is pretty nice. It's something from the Assassination line, so you can get the bonus from Hemorrhage, the Hemorrhage passive. And kind of gives you a little extra power to your punches if you're fighting somebody for a long duration. It's pretty nice to have. A little extra damage. And then Toxic Barrage, again, we went with this morph because we have Swamp Raider, and it's a fun ultimate. I like laser gun sounds. Back bar went with Temporal Guard, or Escape Tool, and for minor protection. Then we have Vigor for our heal, Rally for our major brutality and healing, Channel Acceleration for major expedition and minor force, Leeching Strikes just to help with stamina sustain, and then Shadowy Disguise to let us be a Nightblade. A sneaky one anyway. Alright, brought you guys out here today just to go over one thing with Cloak. In case you didn't know, when you move around, your stamina is reduced to, recovery is reduced to 0, as you can see right there. So if you want to make use of your stamina recovery, what you want to do is, here, let me just get rid of some stamina. You want to cloak, but don't crouch. And watch, my stamina will go up. And you just want to balance this out with whatever magicka you have left. And then that's it. So that was just like a little quick tip. Since this build does have a lot of recovery in it, well, not a lot. For a gank build, it has a lot. You can make use of that recovery. But anyway, that's it. Hope you guys have fun with it if you use it. And yeah, don't kill me with it. Alright, bye.